Oh, what peace we often forfeit, and oh, what needless pain we bear. We ought to take it to the Lord in what peace we often what needless pain, oh, we to give everything to God. Hey, all your pain, you need to give it to the Lord. Yeah. Take it to the Lord. All your pain, you don't have to hurt no more. Give it to the Lord. Hey, all your burdens, lay it on the altar and give it to the Lord. Yeah. Hey, hey, all your burdens. He's a heavy load shower. Give it to Jesus. Everything. I don't care what you've been worrying about. Give it to Jesus. Everything you've been praying about, lay it at the altar. I know I am. Take it to the Lord.
There's a blessing just for me, prepared just for me. Yeah. I decree and I declare it by faith. It's got my name on it. You say,
there's a blessing just for me. It's prepared just for me.
So I decree
it and declare it.
It's got my name on it. Oh, he's holding it for me.
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Ask Elaine. Better ask Elaine. Ask Elaine.
Might be mean, but they can't beat you.
Ask Elaine.
Oh my goodness. Hello and welcome. It's Wednesday, 3 p.m. We want to welcome you to Ask Elaine for this week. You know we love having you there. We've got Wade Horton who's already joined us. He just couldn't wait to get on here for Ask Elaine. Randy Crawford, always there. Randy, I want to let you know that we were trying to get Greg Turner, Reverend Greg Turner, on for this first segment today. Called him and called him and called him and finally reached him, and he had an appointment in Dublin. And so he was not able to get back in time, but we're going to have him very soon. Reverend Greg Turner is the newly installed pastor of Greater Little Rock, not Little Rock, Ross Street, excuse me. Great Ross Street. You know, I've been, you know. Anyway, we want to congratulate him and we want to talk to him because he's been involved. He's got an interesting background, military background, and now is in the ministry and is the newly installed shepherd of a church, a small church. And we want to talk with him about how he plans to work with his new membership to build the church and to keep the message going out of the walls into the community. He's involved, Herbert, in with the local Democratic Party. He's an officer on the executive committee, and it's been my privilege to work with him on some projects, encouraging people to support democratic ideals and to vote. So we look forward to, in the next several weeks, having him on Ask Elaine. We want to welcome you to this edition of Ask Elaine. I'm here along with my co-host, Mr. Herbert Denard. I appreciate him and Dr. Ficklin sitting in for me. Jeanette Goff has joined us as well. Good afternoon to you. But they stood in the gap for me last week as I went to Emory for a review of my illness. And I thank you all. Thank you both for sitting in. Dr. Tom Ellington was also here. He's a member of the Board of Elections, and he provided some great information. And if you have questions today, anything to do with elections, if you will call us or you'll put it in the chat, or call us after the program has ended. We will be glad to assist you. We've already talked with a number of people who have had some difficulty in casting their ballot. And so we want to make sure that not only do people who are voting now during early voting in the Commission District 5 election, you did know there was voting going on, right? If you live in Commission District 5, it's Pleasant Hill, Unionville, this area here, Napier Avenue, down by Central High School, some areas of Vineville. Check your voter card or go to my voter page, Secretary of State, and you can get all that, put some information in, and it will show you where you vote. And so if it says Commission District 5, then there is a an election. Early voting is going on for that. It will extend through March the 13th. And then the election day, where you go and vote at your polling place, that is March the 17th. That's election day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We will be providing rides to vote out of our office at EL High School Academy. We are doing it now. If there's anyone who needs a ride to vote, give us a call at 478 257 6767, and we will set up to get you to the polls. A lot of people, Herbert, don't understand that 40% of this population has no form of transportation other than the bus or maybe some other hired transport route. But 40% of Macon Bibbs population is without personal transportation. And so we want to provide that transportation. We don't want that to be an impediment to your casting your vote. And so District 5 Commission, Herbert, I want to give them the names of the candidates who are running um, for, I think I have two sheets, two of those forms, Herbert, that has the list of those folks who
Six
are
candidates running for that position.
6 candidates are running for that position. And I think I just gave you my only uh, copy that I had. But there are 6 people, and we just want to encourage everybody to vote. If you're voting in Commission District 5, if you live in there and you're registered to vote. And then, of course, qualifying is going on now at our Board of Elections for some local offices, and we'll tell you about those in a minute, as well as at the state capitol. That's where they're qualifying for state, Senate, state house, governor, all of those, and we will list off all of that. Hello, Pastor Lisa is with us, and all the other people who have joined us. If you joined us on AM, FM, welcome. We're glad to have you there. If you're right here looking at us on the Glory Live, we're just so happy to have you here as well. Please take advantage of the chat, post any questions or comments that you have, and we will try and get those on so that those who are listening on AM and FM can hear what these comments are. And then, of course, this is recorded. So any of you who want to, you can go back and play this video of the show, Ask Elaine. In a minute, we're going to play for you, or we hope that it's going to work, a promotional video for an event that I think Dr. Ficklin and Mr. Denard talked about last week, and that is the March 7th tribute to the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. And so if we can get that ready, I'm going to tell you the 6 people who are on the ballot if you live in District 5, County Commission District 5. Those names are Andrea Cook, Edward C. Foster, A. Chester Gibbs, Ulyssa Hill, Landon A. Justice, and Stephanie Stevens Lanham. Those are the 6 folks, and you need to find out about those candidates. There have been 2 forums that were wonderful forums that I've attended. I don't live in District 5, but I wanted to know who was presenting themselves and offering themselves to run for office in that district. Pastor Lisa, and Mayor C. Jack Ellis was here as well last week. Patrick says there are approximately 7,000 actively registered Black voters in District 5. As of Monday, March 2nd, only 48 Black voters, I guess, that cast their ballot. There are 3,500 black voters who voted in the 2024 elections who have not participated yet. So please, as of Monday, day before yesterday, the 2nd, only 48 blacks who are in District 5 voters had cast a ballot. So where the other 3,500 and what is that, 42,
I think a lot of people don't even.
52?
I don't. I think a lot of people don't even know an election is going on.
Well, that's why when you tune in to Ask Elaine, you get smarter. You find out what's going on. And we're letting people know that there is an election for commissioner to replace Seth Clark. There are 6 candidates running. You can go and early vote at the Theranossery Park or at the main office in the Macon Mall. There are only 2. The senior center is not an early voting site this runoff election. Um, then there are candidates who are qualifying, that is, signing up and paying their money to run for positions in the May election, the May 19th election. Pastor Lisa says a lot of talkers, but not voting. Yeah, but they're going to go vote because they're listening, and they're going to go and tell their neighbors and let them know to start checking out these folks. Or if you're unsure, call somebody that you trust and ask them who they favor, who they've listened to, and who they think would best represent District 5. And so that's all we can say. It gets very, very frustrating when there's an election and we fuss about it and we say we're not getting what we deserve and all that, but then we won't go vote in it. So if the problem is you don't know, we've got to take it upon ourselves to make sure that we use our influence with people. We just have to vote. We just have to vote. Cynthia Cersei, good afternoon to you. I heard you this morning on drive time. You were talking about a lot of stuff. Are you out from under that desk? That's a little joke. Cynthia is at work when the program is on, and she has to kind of find unique ways of listening to the program, but we're just so glad to have her on, as well as everybody else who's joined us. And thank you, Patrick, for all the information that you provide. Janelle Mathis is with us. Good afternoon to you. And we just want to welcome all of you. Want to tell you real quickly before Herbert, we try and get that video.
Mhm.
I am pleased to announce to you, Herbert, and to everybody that through your prayers and the good medicine at Emory and at the Central Georgia Cancer Care Center here, that the doctors have said that I am in remission as far as my leukemia is concerned. However, I am not out of the woods. I'm still going to be needing treatments about every 6 months, which is preferable to every week. And there's some medication that I will be taking, some tablets that I will be taking. So the battle is never over, and we just have to accept that this is a journey that's going to be with me for the rest of my life. But because of all of you and because of my good friends, I just appreciate you so much. I am in remission as far as the leukemia is concerned, but I'm still doing the mask, as all of you should be, because it's allergy season and people have colds, flu. COVID is still out there. We're still losing people to COVID. So just be careful. And in crowds, if you're uncomfortable, wear a mask. You'll see me wearing a mask unless I forget it. I do have senior moments. Herbert, I might forget, but y'all just tap me on the shoulder and say, "Where's your mask?" and I'll get it and put it on. So all of these people, I think I've called everybody's name, Herbert, who's in the chat and has made comments. But we do appreciate you so very much. Before our engineer, if he'll let us know when that, if he's able to do that video, we want to express our condolences to the family. Well, it's my family, really. My sister-in-law, Sandra Tuggle, lost her husband, Keith, a few days ago, and they're in the process of planning the homegoing ceremony. So he's a military man, worked at a lot of different jobs, was a hard worker, a master griller and fish fryer, and just an all-around good person. And so we salute him and salute the Tuggle and all the families connected in the loss of John Keith Tuggle, my brother-in-law. Uh, so, Mr. Engineer, can we get that video? Thank you, Pastor Lisa. Okay, this is a true engineer. Got the um, he's got to do the audio. Okay, as you can see, it's Saturday, March 7th, coming up. This coming Saturday, and we want to remind you too, later in the day, at 11, after this program takes place, at 11, Savannah State College local metro chapter is um, welcoming the new president of Savannah State University, here to Macon, be at the Senior Center at 11 o'clock. We welcome you to drop by and meet about the youngest president in the whole university system at 39. He will be there. Mr. Engineer, you having trouble with the sound? This is a tribute program that's going to take place. As all of you know, we lost one of our icons, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and there will be a tribute program. We've got it posted on Facebook. That promo video is posted on Facebook. If you want to go to Herbert's Facebook page, if you want to go to my Facebook page, um, then you will be able to see it. But we need you to see you at Rosa Parks. We're trying to get the.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to get the video, but not the sound. All right, it's Saturday, March the 7th.
That's this
Herbert,
Saturday.
this coming Saturday. Herbert, you want to tell just a little bit about it?
Yeah, you know this guy, I can't even think of his name now, that raised all the hell against black folk. When he died, when he was shot, they lowered the flags
Oh,
for Trump. Trump
yeah.
lowered the flags.
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that all he has done all of his life is raise hell about black folks, how the 64 Civil Rights Bill should have never been passed. And he goes into this whole thing. And then they let him lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. Jesse Jackson's family asked that he lie in state and lower the flags, and they rejected it. So we want to make up for that and turn out and show the world, show Macon, show Georgia that we love the man and we appreciate him.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people that have passed on, and a lot of us don't even hardly know it, or we don't hardly recognize them. And going back from Medgar Evers, he was killed just back from the war. President of the NAACP in Jackson, Mississippi, assassinated. You go to Malcolm, assassinated. Martin Luther King, assassinated. Fannie Lou Hammer died of old age, but she was a pillar in the community, and we like to recognize people when they have sacrificed so much for our community, and we putting together a program. It was C. Jack Ellis, the former mayor's idea, where we are having a memorial service for him, and we have several people speaking on his behalf, and we'll let the show Macon uh, what he meant to us.
Right, right.
And that's why we're having this program put
Yeah,
forth to try to do that.
right,
And we want you to come out.
right.
The whole program probably lasts about an hour, maybe a few
Mm-hmm.
minutes over.
Mm-hmm.
We got limitations on how long people will speak because sometimes folk get up into a microphone and they start talking, and
You talking about anybody in particular?
well,
Hit dog will holler.
let me say
Okay,
that.
all right, all right.
But either way, it'll be we got kind of like a who's who. No, I don't want to go that far. But Alex Habersham is one of the speakers, and Dr. Henry K. Fixon is one of the speakers.
Henry and I were delegates to the 1984 convention in San Francisco, California. We were delegates for Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and we were so proud to be there to vote in favor of him as delegate. So that was an honor. And Mayor Ellis informed when our son Al passed away in 2005. Mayor Ellis informed Jesse Jackson of it because we all know Jesse. And Jesse Jackson altered his schedule to come to Macon, and he spoke at the homegoing services for our late son, Al, at the city auditorium. Jesse Jackson means a lot to a lot of people. He was a great man. He changed this world. We need more Jesse Jackson. So we want all of you to show up for that hour and show your respect and make this tribute to. Now, I understand that there are some individual mayors who have lowered their
Mm-hmm.
flags. I read about one this morning. Um, those folks who are running around fussing about stuff, this is the kind of thing that they ought to pick up on and demand that our local government also lower the flag to half staff.
You know, let me tell you a brief story about the Reverend Jesse Jackson when he was in uh, here in 1984, the year when he got the delegates. But while he was campaigning, he went to Fort Valley State
Yeah,
College, but
yeah.
right now is the Fort Valley University, Fort Valley.
Hmm.
He wanted something to eat before he left, and he asked me, was there any black um, restaurants around in Fort Valley that they could use?
Hmm.
He had an entourage about 30, 35 people on the bus,
Yeah,
the chartered bus he had. And I told him about the shrimp boat down in Fort Valley. They used to
right,
have one here in Macon.
right.
It's a black guy that owned it. Him and his wife operated it. And he bought all of his food uh, from there before he got on the
You
bus. He had
said
ordered his food.
short. You said short story.
Well,
Did you say
I'm
short?
about to wind it up.
Go ahead, because I was there in
Yeah,
Fort Valley
right.
when we were all down
But the bottom line is, he said that black folks should intentionally support other black businesses.
there. Hmm.
It would grow the economy. We could hire more people better than anybody else. That was the main point that I was trying to get to
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you told me I was
And
talking too
he,
long.
well, we got another guest coming in, and I was so. But anyway, your story is a good. That's a good story because I remember that, and
Yes.
I was impressed with that. I'm sure as you were when he said, I mean, most folks, they come in and they don't care where they go to get the food. They just want some
Mhm.
food. But he insisted on supporting Black owned businesses and specifically, intentionally
Right.
asked. He was that kind of person. We've got to be intentional. We want to welcome LJ Malone, who has a talk show. He, along with his fiance and their new little baby. I saw that baby the other night. It's the cutest little thing, beautiful eyes. Um, and he LJ is on with us. He says good afternoon to both of us. He calls us legendary individuals, Herbert. You think
I
he
appreciate the
trying to
compliment.
butter us up? What you
But
need, LJ?
but let
What?
me but let me say this here. We Leon, and without going overboard, Leon gave me some numbers today of the number of black folks that's been killed thus far.
Leon Jones.
Leon Johnson Corner,
Yeah,
and we we are killing each other. We are committing suicides, and we are off the chain.
yeah.
And
Um, Leon Jones is one of my heroes because I really don't know. He's an unusual kind of person to be able to handle the job of coroner, and it's just amazing how all through all of that he has to deal with, he's still able to come up with projects to help people. You know,
13 people has been killed, homicide so far this year. Two are white, the rest of them are us. We are,
killing us.
right. We are doing it. We go to the jail. We talk. We try to encourage people to do something. And sometimes when I raise issues, they say, "If this happened to me, I got to kill somebody."
Mm, mm,
I was in the whatever. I watched and witnessed a black man fighting an Oriental, a black woman fighting an Oriental because he got in her face, and now she's in jail.
mm, mm.
We need to control our temper. The person didn't hit him. The person was hollering at her, which was wrong. But how do you handle adversity when something's going bad for you, and you feel the best way you could handle it is to jump on them and fight back and hit somebody with uh, a can of pork and beans upside the head, or doing all that kind of stuff. We
Yeah.
need to control our temper and anger, and because we get these numbers, and it shouldn't be that way.
You are absolutely right. And for those parents who are dealing with those kind of things, it's going to take starting at an early age and instilling in our children skills to avoid violence, skills of talking, of doing something to avoid the physical and violent confrontations. And so every school has a counselor, and if you and your children are having difficulties dealing with violence and anger issues, contact that counselor. That's what folks get paid for you to have access to them and for them to provide resources. The DA's office has a number of preventive programs. The Bibb County has some mental health uh, programs and groups that are funded. And part of what they said they were going to do in their applications was to deal with the youth and in working in mentoring and all of that. So there are a lot of things that we've got to work on. Dr. Butler says good afternoon to both of us. She's been listening and she's on board with the topics that we're talking about. We just want to thank all of you who have tuned in today to Ask Elaine. I'm real pleased that Herbert and Henry and former Mayor Ellis and Tom Ellington all filled in for me. For those who have not heard, my cancer, the leukemia, is in remission according to my doctor at Emory and my doctor here locally, but I still am under treatment. So I'm going to be smart about that and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do so that I can continue working in this community. And just on Monday, I qualified to seek reelection, Herbert, to the District 1 seat on the Macon Water Authority because I felt good about the information from my doctors. I felt that I could continue serving. Your senator qualified on Monday to seek reelection to the 2-year term as your state senator of the 26, serving 8 counties, I believe, because we both feel like that the battle is not over. Come on in, Miss Dean. This is our next guest, Miss Sandra Dean, who's going to tell you about some interesting things that she's involved in. And she has a guest. So take my purse out of that and have a seat right there. Welcome. Welcome. But I was telling you that the reason that we qualified, and I'm telling you, this will be my last time running for office. And some of you who were running your mouths and talking about running for office, you feel like you are committed, you got leadership skills. I want you to step out and start showing people that you want to serve them in the community. And then people will ask you. You don't have to go to them. They will ask you, why don't you run for office? But if people don't see your works, they're not going to ask you to do anything. You have to show what you can do. So I just encourage people, and we didn't get a chance yet to talk about the positions that are going to be voted on, Herbert. And so I have that list
Go ahead.
for the local elections. Will be judge of state court. Salary is $169,274.56. The qualifying fee is $5,078.24. Judge of civil magistrate court, $154,000 in salary. The qualifying fee is $4,626. Board of Education, post 7 at large, and post 8 at large. The salary is $7,200 per year. The qualifying fee is $216. The qualifying fee is the fee you pay once you fill out your forms. You pay a fee to qualify to run for that office, and the fee is 3% of the salary for that position. So that's $216. Macon Water Authority, the chairman, that position will be on the ballot. There are three people that I know that are going to be running for chair. Three so far, but there may be others that are running for that. And then Macon Water Authority Districts 1, which is the district that I'm running to represent, and District 4, where Frank Patterson is the incumbent there. There are different salaries. The chair is 18,006. Qualifying fee is 558. The districts 1 and 4, 13,002. Qualifying fee is 396 to run for office. Qualifying will take place, started this past Monday, March 2nd. It will end at noon on Friday, March the 6th. Friday, March the 6th. Yes. All right. So that's your voter information. If you are interested in getting additional information, go to the Georgia Secretary of State's office. There's a full little brochure that you can print out that has lots and lots of information on running for office, qualifying for office, what you need as a candidate. It's just wonderful information as guides to voting, guides to a lot of different things. Voting, where you go, how you qualify, how you preserve your right to vote. All of these things are included in this Secretary of State's office under candidates qualifying for elected office. Only thing I would say to you, and then we're going to get to our next guest, is if you're going to run for office, please read the documents that set that particular entity up. and you'll find out what your duties are, what you can do, what you cannot do. Because a lot of people qualify, they make promises, and there's nowhere that says you can do those things. It's almost
Have you heard of
impossible.
Donald Trump?
I have heard of Donald Trump. He's in just a different category. And if we don't do something about him, we're all going to be, we won't know it because we're all going to be gone. He is leading us
I
to
didn't mean.
World War III.
I didn't want
Donald Trump just lights my, uh,
I
what is
apologize.
it? He just lights my fire, and I don't want that to sound good.
Come on, baby,
But
light my fire.
hey, unless we do something, this voting is no joke, y'all. This voting, uh, politicians, people who are elected, set policy. They determine something of every facet of your life. And so, if you don't take it seriously, some other folks will be making those decisions for you. And we invite you to attend the Water Authority meeting, which meets the first Thursday in each month. We will be meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. for committees and at 4 for the full commission, full water board meeting. Um, Herbert, we've finished up. I think I got in everything I had on here. We have special guests. You want to introduce them?
Let me do this. In 1968, the year of our Lord, there's three people in this
His
room.
dates. He would go back to 68 with make everybody seem like they're old.
Exactly.
Look at
We look
do
do
the math.
Herbert,
I met
please.
two absolutely beautiful women for the very first time. I was an old man, but we were starting at Macon Junior College. One of them was Elaine Lucas, smart as a whip. She started Macon College, and I met her on the first or second day. The second one was Sandra Dean, smart, business-minded, just absolutely smart. And I met both of them
He made up for calling out the year, didn't he?
in 1968. And today,
I
I
had to tell
have
them that I didn't have transportation. I didn't know how I was going to get there and back, and you helped me with that. Go
Yeah,
ahead and tell them that.
there were no buses running out there
No.
then. That was the first year that the college
no.
opened.
and
Yeah.
that was so long ago. But either way, they are young. They still looking good now.
Hey,
Hey,
all right.
just saying.
He-
Sandra
he's
Dean,
trying to make up. He's trying to
Trying to
make up for it.
but Sandra,
But he had been in the military, y'all,
Yeah.
a number of years, and he came back. We were right out of high school,
Exactly,
weren't we?
right.
Okay.
Same
Wanted to
age.
clear that up. No, that
Same
doesn't
age.
even work. That does
but
not even work.
Sandra worked at the Water Authority for a while.
She needs to come back.
Yeah, and she got
Real.
a promotion to office manager, and she was there for a while, and then she moved to Atlanta, and she worked for a Water Authority or some kind of water business in Atlanta for a while, and then at some point, when it was getting close to retirement age, she started her business.
Tell it all.
She started a new business,
Uh-huh.
and how long have you had that business? Tell us about it.
24 years this in February. Last February
Oh,
was
man.
24 years.
And tell us about the business, the name of it,
Um,
and what does it do?
Well, thank you first
And
for
tell
having
us
us.
about those jobs too, because I had forgotten that you worked at the Water
Right.
Authority,
Yeah.
and we do need. Look, I am serious. A lot of things that have got to be done at the Water Authority. We're dealing with them. That's why I want to stay just a little bit longer
Right.
and help to kind of push to reorganize so that it benefits
Right.
the citizens and we don't have our water bills jacked up. We fought off one rate increase. We
Right.
fought, but
Mhm.
they had already voted in favor of two others that went into effect.
Right.
And what we want to do is make sure we don't have any more of that, and they use what we have
Right.
to pay the bills.
I understand.
But anyway, I just wanted to get that in, y'all. That look, campaign
but
I know
message, but
but she put together a business, and it's been going well for 24 years.
okay, we're gonna let her go ahead now. We're zipping it up. So go ahead. Welcome to Ask
thank you.
Elaine.
Thank you so much. You're always so gracious to allow us to do the show, and
You
we really
always have
appreciate it.
something going on that's beneficial. And if you'll introduce
Okay.
the
So
other
my
guest.
sidekick here, we grew up together, went to school together, and Macon is Willametrius Taylor. So we have been friends for like a long time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we welcome you both. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. Um, like Mr. Denard said, our agency is Beyond the Bell, and we came up with that name 24 years ago because when we started the organization, we did after school and programs for the Department of Human Services at the state. So we came up with a name to kind of fit what we were doing.
Mhm.
So we did those programs for about 15 years, and then the state approached us to get into the prevention field, and that's where we have been since then. What we do now is we work in communities under contracts by the state of Georgia, and we collect data to see actually what's going on in the community. Then we look at the data and put
Mhm.
programs in place.
Mhm.
Yes, the reason we're here today is because our latest data shows that human trafficking in the Middle Georgia area is on the rise. Youth substance use, not just necessarily alcohol, but other
Mhm.
drugs the youth are
Mhm.
taking. And also, we're bringing in someone to talk about recovery. So, we are going to have on March 12th at the Tupman Museum, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., a town hall meeting, a call to
Mhm.
action to get people to come in and listen to Chanel Booker, who is the assistant U.S. attorney for the Middle Georgia District. She's going to speak with us about people about human trafficking that's on the rise. Wanda Wiggins, she's a DEA agent out of Atlanta. She's coming down to speak on youth substance use. She will identify the substances that have been used the most in Macon-Bibb County today. Hopefully,
Mhm.
lots of parents and grandparents will be there so she can warn them about what to look for. And then we're bringing in Jeff Breedlove of the Georgia Council for Recovery. He's going to speak about recovery because, unfortunately, once you get on drugs, you need to go to recovery to
Yeah.
help get off. So we're
Yeah.
trying to bring in all facets of what's going on related to the data that we've collected and make them build.
And that's another thing, Herbert, that people ought to be working on instead of running their mouths and fussing about everything, complaining. That is access to recovery.
Yes.
Because in Macon, you remember the late Albert Billingsley had a
Mhm.
concern that there was no long term
Right.
treatment programs.
Right.
You've got the short term, but for a lot of people who are addicted to
Right.
substances, the short term doesn't
It,
work,
right.
it's not effective. It may be effective on the
Exactly.
in the short run,
Right.
but not in the long run. So Albert Billingsley worked to try and get the county to put funds in so that we could get some long
Right.
term. And there
Right.
is one program, I believe, but there is a real need for
There's a
more long term
there's a
treatment.
big need. We are partners also with the Macon Day Center.
Hmm.
We recently had a DEA agent come down and speak with them because K2 Spice and Macon is on the surge with adults that go to that
K2
center.
Spice.
K2
See, now
Spice.
I'm sitting here and I don't know. I don't know what that
That is
is.
a serious drug that's
I
manufactured in the kitchen, and that so many things are going into the drug, and this is causing people to have hallucinations, heart attacks, things like that. So we the Macon Day Recovery reached out to Beyond the Bell to see if there was something that we could do to put on a workshop. Of course,
uh-huh.
we're not experts in that field, but we know who to call.
Uh-huh.
So we called in the DEA agent that we're partners with, and she came down a couple of weeks ago and did a workshop for about 25 um, people that when
Uh-huh.
probation officers in
Uh-huh.
Macon, so that they would know how to identify what was going on. When people come into their meetings, they come in
Mhm.
high. They're going home to the children, and the children are seeing the parents in the state. So we try to reach out to experts because we're not experts in all the
Mhm.
fields, but
Mhm.
we can bring them in.
Herbert, we need to have someone on from the sheriff's department or from this entity
Mhm.
to talk about what's out there, because this
Yeah.
stuff is changing. People are
Yes.
mixing
Yeah.
things. And, we used to hear a lot about marijuana,
Yes.
about
Yeah. Yeah.
weed.
Yeah.
And then they started mixing stuff up in it.
Right.
And it really created mental illness and a
Exactly.
number of other things in
Right.
a lot of
Exactly.
people, and people you see walking around on the street that's in a daze,
In a
or
daze.
walking
Right.
running across the road and stuff. A
Right.
lot of those folks have were victims. They were using drugs, and then they ended up with some stuff
Right.
that was mixed all
Exactly.
in,
Yeah.
and it just
Right.
it cooks your
It
brain.
cooks your brain. What's the saying now is marijuana today is not your grandmother's
It's
marijuana.
it's
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
But we would be happy to work with you on that, because I'm sure that we could get someone from the DEA office to come and do a show with you to kind of talk about
that
these
would be
drugs. Yeah.
wonderful, don't you think, Herbert? That would
Absolutely.
be great.
We can
That
do
would be
that. We
great.
can do that. We have a
Okay,
really
that's
good
a deal.
relationship with her.
See, I told y'all, tune in to Ask Elaine every week, or you gonna miss something. And we've got a lot of things that we're going to be spotlighting. Um, uh, Commissioner Donis Bryant says they smoke K2 in jail. That's where I heard
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
about it. Somebody
Exactly.
discussing
Yeah.
the jail. They buy synthetic weed
Yeah.
from stores.
Yes.
Donis might be one of the ones talking about it too, because she has a lot of years of experience
Right.
in with the sheriff's department, so that she could talk about and that Dismas Charities helps some. So
Right. Right.
yeah, yeah.
Going back to,
Okay,
let me mention something else. You
go
mentioned
ahead.
Albert Billingsley, and he's been a friend of mine. He's been gone a long time.
Yeah,
They have a building named after him. I'm not talking about the Water Authority building, but it's a drug rehab
right,
program, and
right. That was what I was talking about, the long
right.
term.
That's what I was talking about. It's a long term treatment, and it's
Mhm.
pretty
Yeah.
effective.
Right, right.
And people
You
get
know,
in
he
there.
was our son Al's godfather.
Yeah.
Al's name was Albert, and
Oh, I
so
didn't
he
know that.
was named.
But
It's
but
his god.
but tell me some more. What do you do? How do you help get people off of drugs?
So what we do, we're bringing in Jeff Breedlove, like I told you, from Georgia Council for Recovery. So he's going to be an expert that night, March 12th, at the Tubman Center to talk to people about that. How do you get into programs to get yourself off drugs? He is in recovery himself, so he's speaking from experience.
How do you get people to come
She,
to the Tubman?
yeah,
The question I have: how do you get the masses
Yes.
that come to the Tubman and hear this expert tell
well,
you how to get off
Exactly.
drugs?
you
See,
come on Ask
we
Elaine
come on Ask
first,
Elaine.
and then LJ Malone is on here listening in.
Mhm.
He has a talk show that comes on after we're finished from 5:30 to 6:30. You got all of these other folks,
Right.
and I'm sure with something this
Yeah,
as important as this, that's a start.
that's a start.
That is a
Yeah.
start.
And it's very hard to get people to come to programs because, unfortunately, until it hits in their backyard, they don't see the need to. But when we put on programs like this, trust me, we bring in experts because we want the people to get the help that they need.
Mhm.
We really want them to get the help. And we have these people that's coming from Atlanta and everywhere just to help the citizens of Macon. All people got to do is come. And Mr. Denard, you'll be happy to hear this. We're going to have food.
Oh yeah, now you know the key word.
That
FOOD.
listen. That was cold.
But it's true. It's true. Yeah, bring food. Any kind of food. Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. And I've attended some of your other
You have.
town halls, and they were always well attended,
Yes.
always good experts, wonderful information. I've always learned something, but it's time for me to attend this one,
Right.
because the drugs are increasing so, and they're changing so, and they're doing just such terrible things to people.
Exactly. Yes.
And so I want to know, running a school, I need to
Mhm.
know about these different things.
Exactly.
I've got children, and grandchildren, and one or two great
Yeah,
great
yeah,
grands too.
yeah.
So you parents, grandparents, all of you need to know. So
Right.
it would be good for you to attend this for your own information, and then share it in your church.
Right.
Have people to come into your church
Right.
setting and share this information.
Yeah.
That's what the church is supposed
That's
to
what
be
they
for.
supposed. Yes.
They told me,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
to get it in the walls and
Mhm.
then
Right.
move out,
Move it out.
expand out.
Mhm.
Let me mention this. I spoke to the inmates in the Bibb County Jail today. There was all women. We speak to women every other day, every other Wednesday, and half of them admitted they was either on alcohol
Mhm.
or cocaine or some kind of drug. Half of the people in this
Yes.
mix, and it was 15 women,
Mhm.
and all of them had half of them had some kind of drug problem that caused them to go to jail.
Of course.
But what the question is, and I know Elaine's show is popular like 60 Minutes and all them other kind of
Mhm.
things,
Mhm.
but the people that need to hear it
Right.
sometimes are not
I'm
listening
not
to it.
listening.
You don't
Yes.
know.
Well,
You don't know
I know, but
who's
I know,
listening,
but
who's on here.
we need to try to push this as much as we can to
Yes.
get people
You're
there, because
absolutely
there's a
right.
lot of opportunities here and things that could help a lot of people,
Right.
but somehow they don't manage to be where they're supposed to be to
Exactly.
get some help.
Exactly. That's exactly. And
Yeah.
we are bringing in. I need people to hear this. The Attorney General's office in Macon. I mean, this is big. They're taking the time out to come and be with us that night so that they can share what's going on in this community with
Hmm.
human trafficking. They are very concerned about that. And then we have the DEA driving down from Atlanta to
Right.
help the citizens of
Right.
Macon, Bibb County.
Right.
So we really need people to come. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah. Yeah. The DA's office has the RISE program, which is
Yeah.
one
Yes.
that, and they make sure that the young folks who are involved in that program have the experience of getting information
Right.
in a lot of different settings. So that would be another and I know a lot of these people are listening
Right.
today or watching on Facebook, and we're going to share this program
Okay.
over and over. So would you all please share this program once we're finished here, and just share the information with as many people as possible, because this is worth folks attending. This can save some lives,
Right.
because folks need to know to leave some stuff alone, stay
Exactly.
out of some places
Exactly.
where they know what's going on.
Let
There are
me
about 5 people that are about to go serve some time for some of this kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And
let me say an interesting thing about Sandra Dean, and I don't know that anybody catched it other than I. When she was saying that she went into another program, she said that the people in the government wanted her to do it because she didn't say this, because she was doing such a good job at other programs. They wanted her to expand her operation
yeah,
into something else.
uh-huh.
And to be around getting money and getting paid for all these years, she has to be doing something right,
That's
or
exactly
she
right.
couldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, this Macon College produced
Didn't they?
two
Didn't they?
incredible women.
Didn't they? We had to fight all
Yes,
my
trust
life.
me.
I
Yeah,
had to fight.
all my
We
life.
had to fight
I'm
at
serious. Yeah.
what was Macon Junior
Yeah, Macon
College
Junior.
at the beginning of it,
But
and
but
how many?
but she's the government. They watch you as you get grants, and if you do a good job and you do the things that you're supposed to do, they give you some more. And if you keep doing that, guess what they'll do? They'll give you some
I don't
more.
know about that, but we are working right now with 5 state contracts. 5.
Five
Oh
state
my!
contracts.
Yes,
Look at you,
5.
Macon College.
And one of them is a statewide contract. We now work with senior citizens.
Oh
So
She
my!
she
I know
she has she's moving.
She is. She is. But
But the main thing is, if she's not effective, if they get money
oh
Right.
yeah,
to do these
oh yeah.
things, if you're not
right,
producing,
right.
You have to have
so
your paperwork
Yeah.
so
Oh
right.
what
yes.
what
We
I,
Yeah.
talk
what I'm
about that all the time. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
We
what
do.
Uh-huh.
what what I suggest they do, the people that are listening, you know, folks got drug problems. Now, you know that. The
Yeah.
people out there that's listening, you know it might be a cousin or uncle, might be a brother or sister or mother. You need to encourage them to come to this event. When is it?
It is
Yeah.
March 12th.
Kind of recap the
Okay,
whole
so the town hall meeting featuring the Attorney General's office, Georgia Council on Recovery and DEA agency will be March 12th from 6 p.m. to 7:30
mark
p.m.
those
at the Harriet
calendars.
Tubman Museum.
thing. At the Tubman Museum.
310 Cherry Street. Everybody know
Beautiful.
what
And
that
you get a
is.
chance to visit the Tubman
Yes.
again. And we're declaring today that Black History Month did not end
Right.
February 28th.
Right.
It's going all the way back around December 31st, and then it's going on back around to the beginning of February and start over. And if you're like me, I'm not willing to settle for 1 month of Black history. And so I'm going to celebrate by doing something for the community, by visiting some of these different entities, the Tubman, the Douglas Theater, Stewart Chapel, historic Stewart Chapel, all of these
Is
things.
that the one that have Dr. West?
Yes, my pastor is Dr. West.
Wanda West?
What, Dr. Wanda West,
She's a powerful speaker.
first Black female superintendent of schools in Georgia. She was superintendent of Twiggs County.
She's
Now
powerful.
she's my pastor.
That's
So
good.
yeah,
But I like to say this, and what Black history's gone. I know we should still talk about it, but this month is Women History Month.
it is
Yes,
Women's
it is.
History
And
Month.
I am talking to two incredible women. They're giving each other slap. But Elaine, you started a school
Yes, that's big.
and you have graduates. How many graduates do your school have?
We've got over 2,000 graduates
Wow,
2,000
with their
graduates.
high school diploma
that's big.
from an accredited program. Because you know, as a Black
Right.
woman,
Oh, yeah.
you don't go into business unless you have all your stuff
Trust me.
together. Because they're gonna follow you from
Trust
A
me.
to Z.
Trust
And
me.
then you have Sandra Dean that's
Yeah.
been running this program for 24 years. And the state say, please,
And her
let me
sidekick.
yeah, and let me give you some more money. If you could do this program
No,
over here.
they don't do that.
I mean,
Trump
they-
trying
they-
to take it off.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
I know
she
you're
got
non.
Nonprofit, yeah.
But she said, please take this money and do something about drugs, do something about this, because you've been so successful
Yeah.
over here.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, he has a point, and that point is this: that 3 of our contracts that we have right now, we didn't ask for.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So you right here, I'm not talking about Black History now, I'm talking about Women History Month.
Yes, women history.
And
yeah,
you have two incredible people that I am sitting down talking to that I met when we was all classmates at Macon College in 1968.
After you had served your stint in the military and come back, we were just out of high school. I just wanted to make that point to you all out there, just so that there's no doubt. Don Druitt, who qualified to run for chair of the water board, has joined us. He says this is great information. Shirley Mercer Jackson, hello, she's joined us. Rhonda Bird is with us. Commissioner Donis Bryant and the Crawfords are here. Wade Horton, Mr. Macon Transit Authority, he's on the case. He goes down there and they just do all kinds of dirty stuff, you know, just like the Macon Water Authority. But he hangs in there. We want to thank all of you who have tuned in today. And Herbert, you have the last
Last
word.
word. It's fabulous that you are here. Call somebody, tell somebody about the drug program. Help people. You want people on Street, and they got fried chicken and everything.
And join us on Saturday at 10 o'clock at the Rosa Park Square, your new Rosa Park Square, for a celebration of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. We'll see you again next Wednesday, 3 o'clock, for another edition of Ask Elaine.
Ask Elaine.